Many Nigerians are expected to enjoy more power supply following the newly inaugurated Afam 3 fast power station in Rivers State. Authorities here say the power plant, which is owned by Transco Power PLC, may contribute to supplying a significant percentage of Nigeria's power generation if it works in full capacity. Vice President Osinbajo says with the birth of a new power station, Nigerians will witness more power supply.
In 2019, subsidies reached a peak of 584 billion naira in an environment that became so burdensome for the Nigerian government's fiscal position. The introduction of the service-based tariff, the payment discipline initiative for the sector, which was jointly organized by NERC and the CBN, and the introduction of the National Mass Metering Program have led to a doubling of market collections in the Nigerian electricity supply industry from 40 billion naira a month in 2020 to a record 80 billion per month in the first quarter of 2023. In 2021 and 2022, 5 underperforming discos were brought into a restructuring program that has led to a 10 billion naira per month reduction in shortfalls. If this trajectory continues, then it means that the Nigerian electricity supply industry will attain self-sufficiency by the end of 2023. We believe we are on track to electrify all Nigerians in the next decade.
The realization of this project is one of the landmark achievements of the federal government and the power sector in its endeavor to reduce the gap between the supply and demand for electricity in Nigeria. If the Afam cluster is to operate at full capacity, it will no doubt provide about 40% of our generated energy today. Nigeria does not have an option but to be a gas-powered country.
We are fulfilling our promises to the government and demonstrating Transcorp's purpose of improving lives and transforming Africa. Transcorp Group is a key stakeholder in the power sector. We recognize power is the single most critical factor to lifting our people out of poverty and enabling job creation. Power is a public good, a right, a catalyst for a better Nigeria.
Osinbajo is also calling for an improved gas supply to meet the growing demand of the electricity supply industry.
So I encourage gas producers and gas suppliers to have a fundamental rethink about supply security and prefer ways to ensure our gas supply can improve and meet the gap and growing demands of the Nigerian electricity supply industry. Some areas to further explore would be to depend perhaps more on non-associated gas and specific gas fields to supply the power industry at more liberalized rates. Also, more joint regulatory partnerships are needed between NERC and the oil and gas regulatory agencies over gas supply to the power sector. Particularly, every gas company supplying to the power sector should have a requirement to have some form of contractual obligations with penalties for non-performance.
And so, Your Excellency, coming to do this with barely 3 weeks to the end of the administration is for us a befitting parting gift.
The Vice President also says the introduction of service-based tariff and mass metering program has led to a doubling of market collection in the Nigerian electricity supply chain.